All right, so for synthetic division, the very first thing that we always have to make sure is our powers go from highest all the way down to our constant standalone number. And anytime we have a missing highest to lowest to the constant, we have to put a placeholder 0. So here, when we look at this polynomial, we have x cubed minus x squared, but then as you go from cubed to 2, and then you're going to have 1, you have to have a placeholder 1 or a placeholder of 0 there because of the fact that we're missing that x to the first power. And then our constant is plus 4 over x plus 2. So I think it's sometimes nice to just kind of visually write out any missing powers, and then once you do that, then you create your L, and to the left of the L, we write the opposite sign of what we see in the denominator. So when there is a denominator involved in synthetic division, you will write the opposite sign of that denominator. And then we list out our coefficients of the numerator, so 1, -1, 0, and 4. Now, the first step is we are going to bring down the first number. So the first number just gets brought down straight away. Now, in the multiplication sign, you have a diagonal element. So in the multiplication, you have a diagonal. And so with synthetic division, we multiply diagonally. So we take 1 times -2, and that gives us -2. Then we add these two numbers vertically. So I always like to think about in the addition sign, we have a vertical element. So we add those two vertically and we get -3. And then we repeat this process, multiplying diagonally, adding vertically. So -3 times -2 gives us 6. Add vertically to get +6. Multiply 6 times -2 to get -12. Add vertically to get -8. Now, to actually record the answer, when we take x cubed, it's always going to be 1 less of what we started with. So if we had started with x to the 5th, it's going to become x to the 4th. And that's really because every time in synthetic division, you're dividing by x to the first power. So it's always going to be 1 less from the numerator power. So this will give us 1x squared minus 3x plus 6. That is our quotient. And then minus, and this very last number here is our remainder. So the remainder has to be over something. So it's going to be -8 over, and then whatever the original denominator was. So -8 over x plus 2. And that would be our answer for the division that was given in the original problem.